Business Skills webinar, where I am going to be with you today sharing my tips and tricks for how you can monetize your knowledge. So I'm going to cue the music and then we're going to delve into today. We're going to look at ways that you can monetize your knowledge. So if you haven't already, grab a cuppa, grab whatever you need to grab, and I will see you back shortly just after the music's played and we'll dive into today's skills webinar topic. Well, welcome back to another skills webinar. It's been a while since we ran one. We've run some for the Course Creator Circle, but we are now back with skills webinars, which is pretty apt considering we're leading in tomorrow into the Small Business Skills Summit. So if you have not already got your tickets to the Small Business Skills Summit, that is going to be my first point of call for you today to be able to do that, because the reality of it is there is going to be some amazing tips that will follow on from my session today to help you engage to help you monetize your knowledge even further. We've got an amazing lineup of 30 experts coming to you over 30 days, and that is going to be really, really huge for you guys to jump into that one. So I'm just going to pop the link into chat now here and let you know that we've got our Small Business Skills Summit opportunities in here. So the Skills Summit is here, guys. Here you go. So let's get you started. Bear with me. There's been so many things happening in here today and lots of stuff happening. So if you haven't already registered for the Small Business Skills Summit, while we're doing today's session, or after we finish today's session, head over and register into that one. Today, we're talking about how to monetize your knowledge. So for those of you who don't know me, if this is your first time tuning into a session, my name is Linda Reed-Enever. I'm the founder of Business, the Course Creator Circle, and I love teaching you how, and I'm a marketing consultant and lead the team at Reed-Enever Group, but I love teaching you how to take the knowledge out of your head and monetize it in ways that you can teach others what you do and educate your market. And today's topic we're delving into is all about monetizing the knowledge that you already have. So I'm going to bring up our PowerPoint presentation. If you are in the BBB group, I will come back and check our chat later. I can't always see the chat stream, and my support team are currently all unwell today. So it means that I'm here by myself, but I will try and check into the business Facebook group as well to make sure that we are dealing with the chat. So yeah, I've got it here. Beautiful. I can see where we are. So should be able to see chat as well on there, and I can see chat obviously on all the other channels. So let's take a sip of water and we'll delve into monetizing your knowledge today. Okay, so I'm down in small screen. Beautiful. Okay, no one needs to see my weird presenting face. Okay, so monetizing your knowledge all comes down to the knowledge that you share. Now, as business owners, in the journey and the path that we have taken, we have all got knowledge. We know our stuff. People are coming to us because we know our stuff. They're engaged with us because we know our stuff. And it's taken us time to learn that. And it's also taken an investment of money along the way too. Just because you have a skill and it's now second nature to you, we should never discount the value or the time that it has taken us to learn that skill. And that is the skill, and that's the knowledge that starts to become transferable in the way that we can monetize our knowledge and monetize our expertise. So for a second, before we delve in too far in today, I just wanted you to just think about the stuff that you know, the courses that you've learned, the expertise that you've got. In 20 years in this game, I know I've attended lots of marketing courses. I've attended lots of tutorials. I've attended lots of how to run my business type courses. And they're the skills that I've learned, I've honed, and I've developed to make my ability for me to be able to share my knowledge and expertise out there with everyone else, but also run my own business and run communities like we do here at Business for our members as well. So it's a really good opportunity for us to think about for a second, what have I done? What have I learned in my time? What have I studied? What have I paid to study? And also we'll go into some of the harder lessons that you've learned later on today too, because that is knowledge that you have, and that's really valuable knowledge that you have as well. Okie dokie. So we know our stuff, and we know that we all know our stuff. You forged a path within your business, within your area of expertise or your hobby, okay, that makes you the expert, okay? You forged a path to it and achieve success. Now, that journey that you have taken along the way has been scattered with lessons, and quite often, the brain naturally allows us to forget that, there were lessons along the way. But this is what makes you the expert, okay? You don't have to be big figures. You don't have to be big at this. If people are coming and asking you, what can we do? How can I do this? Then chances are they already see you as the expert. It's normally our own mindset that gets in the way, that stops us from teaching and seeing ourselves as the expert. So that's the knowledge that we can share. Okay, so we can look at our expertise, our journeys, and knowledge is in everything that we do. It is in every piece that we put together, every piece we create. Knowledge is in every little step that we do along the way, from being able, how do we run our business, to putting our products together, to putting our information together, for how we create courses, for how to market your business. If you're a marketer, if you're a health coach, how do you healthy? Not even if you're a health coach, even if you're a nutritionist or you're a lifestyle or a fitness instructor, there is all knowledge in what you do. And some of you are already teaching this within classes in the real world, but maybe you haven't thought of monetizing in other formats along the way. And there are a number of formats. I'm not going to talk about just teaching today. So the things that we can monetize are, we're looking at hobbies, we're looking at skills, we're looking at industry experience, the process behind how we do something, and more. There's good opportunities for us to be able to monetize our knowledge. So just once again, for a second, I want you to think about, what hobbies do I know really, really well? Am I sought after as an expert? Just because, you run a business doing this, maybe your hobby is the thing that you are the expertise that you might monetize. Maybe there's some skills that you have that are unique to you, and people come and ask you about all the time. Maybe that's something you can monetize. Maybe there's industry experience that you've gained along the way, and now there's others entering the industry that could learn from you that you can teach. And maybe there's a process. Maybe you found the hack, the how-to, or the way to do something. And maybe there's a process that you can monetize to engage with your audience. And that's a really good opportunity. So if you haven't already, take some notes, have a little bit of a thought along the way, and just think about those hobbies, those industry skills and experience. Now, I want to run you through a few questions now. A few little questions so you can work along with me. And if anyone's been to any of my training, you know by now I love giving you homework. And I am going to give you a worksheet. And the worksheet that I'm going to recommend that you download today is called the Monetizing Your Expertise worksheet. And it's a worksheet that we've developed to help you understand what exercise you have, what knowledge you have, how you can monetize it, and how you can make the most of that for your business. So I'm going to put in the download options over here, download the worksheet. It's on the Course Created Circle. If you go and put your details in, you'll be able to get a copy of that worksheet, and you can start to download that worksheet and work through it. And the questions I'm about to ask you are on that worksheet as well as some more extra questions and bonuses along the way. So let's start with a few questions. Okay, so one of the first questions that I like to ask, and our logo is sitting on that one. Give me 2 seconds. We'll take the logo branding off for a second. So that we can hopefully not see it. We'll hide that. There we go. Take this off. Okay, so can you share a unique perspective? Okay, can you share something that's absolutely unique about how you do your business or how you do things that works with you and your people? Do you have insider tips? So, I'm just saying before in the processes, do you have the hack? Do you have the way that people could do things? Do you have insider tips that you can share? Maybe it's, how to put a business plan together. Maybe it might be how to build the best fence out there. Maybe it could be different techniques and trades along the way. What insider tips do you have? Are the questions that your customers are frequently asking of you or your business? Okay, this is a really good one for being able to create good monetized education content. If people are asking questions before they're coming to buy from you and they're not sales related questions, they're more like industry or things that they need to know type questions. These are the questions that you can look at running through your course. Now, if your customers are frequently asking you how to do something, maybe it's a time to put together a guide, or it's time to put together a course that can help you answer those questions and guide those customers along the way. And quite often, monetizing your knowledge in the fact of supporting your customers is retaining happy customers as well. So you might have resources and memberships and those sorts of things for the customers who maybe have come in and done the first bit, and then they're wanting the extras from you from there. Okay, is there something that comes easily to you that others might find complex? Okay, this one is really huge. I love sharing this one. We talk about things that you find second nature. So I ask all of my course creators, all of my clients, when we're looking at creating ebooks or different technology, to think about what comes second nature to them. One of the things that I suggest that all business owners do is not to forget to teach the basics. Okay, the basics, the second nature stuff that comes to us is the stuff that most probably our clients, our people who want to buy our ebooks, our books, our courses, it's the stuff that they're going to be typing into search. So if we can put that into our course, our ebook, our content along the way, then we are able to engage with those people on a great level. And if you haven't tried this tool before. There's a tool called Answer the Public. If you go just answerthepublic.com, you put in some keywords about whatever ebook or book or course you're wanting to create, and we'll delve into the ways that you can do that, or webinars or workshops or whatever you want to put together. And if you go to Answer the Public, it'll start to bring together a list of search titles that are going through. Another tool that I like to use for this is called vidIQ. So vidIQ is a YouTube extension that you can use, and it will come up with suggested videos and suggested views about what people are typing into search to look for stuff on YouTube. Okay, it's really a good opportunity to look at those basics and look at what content you can put around it. So these are the questions that I get people to ask. If you've got a unique perspective, is it a tutorial? Is it a webinar? Is it a live course? Is it an ebook that you want to do? Insider tips go really well in ebooks. They go really well in, get this top 10 strategies to read this opportunity. Are there questions that the customers are frequently asking you of you or your business? I like this as either as courses or guides. It might be a how-to guide or a material guide as well. And is there something that comes to you that others might find complex? Then that is either a how-to ebook, a how-to course, or it could be a series of webinars or tutorials that you run live along the way as well. There's no restriction on how you do this, but these questions are where you start to find the knowledge that you're able to monetize. I'm going along. So as I said, they are the things that you can monetize. The next slide was not ahead of me. I was ahead of the next size. So when we're looking at monetizing our content, there's a number of ways, or the knowledge that we already have, there's a number of ways that we can already do that. We can do it in books and ebooks, and you can see this book up behind me here. Here we go. Hang on. The product plug. Okay, so there's a book up behind me here. So this is my book of PR tips. So it's taken my 20 years in PR and marketing to be able to put together a book, and it's a piece of monetized knowledge that people can buy on Amazon, and they can buy on my website in a number of areas from there. Then you've got ebooks. So you can use tools like Designer, which is a really handy tool for those of you who are going, oh gosh, I don't even know where to start with this, but you've got a massive blog library. There's a tool called Designer, which takes your blog posts and starts to turn it into ebooks. So you can maybe pick 4 or 5 blog posts on the same topic and create an ebook. And then that format is a unique publication. So you're able to upload it and do all of those things from there. And it's a very, very handy tool you can have a look at. So books and ebooks are one of the first ways that you can monetize your knowledge. And they're great. They build credibility. And for those of us who are guest speaking, it's something you can take along with you from there. In courses is the next component. So if you want to build courses, you can start to teach online. Now, I'm a Thinkific approved expert, so I'm going to recommend Thinkific because it's a nice and easy platform to be able to use to be able to build your courses. You can take some of that knowledge that you already have in blog posts, you can expand on it, you can take the questions or the how-to documents that you're working with your clients and start to create a course. And then there is a thing called challenges. And I think challenges are underrated nowadays, but they're really, really loved. And I run challenges in a number of different ways. I use a tool called Volley to run some live challenges, but we might also do an email drip of a series of challenges along the way. And a challenge is to create change. It's a fixed process of time that you work with someone to create change. So it might be a 3 or a 5 day window that you're working with a group of people. Now, challenges can be done either free or paid. I tend to use my challenges as a bit of a lead magnet, but I do run longer challenges like a 6-week creation, 6-week course creation kickstart, or a kickstart your podcast challenge, where we might actually be in a workshop for a couple of days rather than running the challenge, or we might spend 6 weeks working on a topic. So we spend once a week, we get together, we have a chat, and then we delve into the next component of the content. And that's a really good opportunity for you to be able to do challenges that way. And for those of you who've already got courses, it's an additional income stream that you can bring in to your course. You can look at maybe splitting your course into a live cohort type version, run a challenge, and really pump your students up through that process. And the next process is in webinars and workshops. So I'm running a free webinar here today, but I do run paid webinars. And we do that using Eventbrite to be able to put all of our listings up and allow us to be able to connect with people along the way. And the reason we do that is because there are people who can't travel to everywhere that I'm going. So I'll run a live webinar type option. And obviously in COVID, they did that, that became more of an opportunity for us to be able to do things like that. Run a webinar opportunity. So we do different webinars, and we do paid ones and free ones, and it's online training. And once again, we're getting the people in there, we're doing a knowledge exchange, and we're getting them focused on what's coming up for their business. So whatever the topic is that we're talking about. So if you've been guest speaking, maybe you've been guest speaking or appearing on podcasts for other people, there's an opportunity that you can monetize that knowledge through to a webinar or a workshop, or build on it from those areas. And one of the things I talk to people about workshops is have a look at what your blog posts are going. How are they running? How are they working for you? And, maybe if you've got a really hot topic in a blog post, it might be worthwhile monetizing that into a live webinar or a live workshop where the investment is not huge. You're either using Zoom or Google Meet, and the opportunity for you to be able to get the event out there and see how it goes. Now, webinars are a great one for people who want to lead through to courses as well. It gives people an opportunity to see how you teach and how you run. I'm just going to pop in our Eventbrite page so you can have a bit of a look at how we run these events in amongst the free and the paid events from there. Now, the thing about monetizing your knowledge through a webinar is you're turning up to train someone for an hour, but you can turn up and then train, a big bulk group of people. And then the other thing is workshops. And obviously, the market and everyone loves the opportunity to be able to connect with you in a way that allows them to engage and connect, and to be able to do that up front and in person allows them to be able to poke you a little bit more. It also allows them to be very, very focused on what they're learning from you. So workshops are a great way to monetize your knowledge. A little bit of venue hire and a little bit of things along the way. But once you've got those things into place, you're able to work with your people through strong workshops. And we do things like content creation, planning, immersions in here. And we do a few things like that will allow our people to be able to engage with us through workshops. So workshops are another handy way for you to be able to do that. And obviously, then there's things like the strategic planning, the Small Business Skills Summit, which is full of opportunities for you to be able to get in and share your knowledge and expertise. So there's a couple of things from there. So we're looking at taking the knowledge we already have, the questions that people are asking us or typing into search, and then we're looking at creating that into a series of either ebooks, courses, challenges, tips along the way. And I will promise you all, guys, that I will come back, and when I put the replay up onto the business website, I will put in all the links and the tools that we've spoken about today to help you navigate. Okay, so then we go into why you would offer your knowledge or your expertise to work with people. So the opportunity about offering your knowledge or your expertise is about empowering new people or different people to work with you. If I delve back to 2014, when we started the business Facebook group, it was a way to enable people to be able to learn, connect, network, and do. Okay, and by offering our knowledge and Clive and my knowledge inside that space and bringing together other business owners, we were able to look at doing a knowledge share. It has grown our reach. It has grown the opportunity for us to be able to work with other people. And it's allowed us to see things and see opportunities along the lines like courses and like ebooks as we started to grow BBB nationally and internationally, and we weren't able to travel to everywhere we wanted to go. So if you're feeling like you're being pulled from I can't be there for everyone, I can't service everyone who wants to work with me, offering your knowledge through courses, through ebooks, through workshops, through a one-to-many platform is a good way of you being able to work with people and to build a different income stream within your business. Now, the thing when we start to do this is we need to be crystal clear on what we're going to offer. So if we're going to offer a course, what are people going to learn by the end of it? We need to make sure that if we're offering an ebook, that we're not giving the full value of a course inside an ebook. So we need to be really crystal clear on what we're going to offer, why are we doing it, and the way that we're going to deliver it. Because without that, we take something to market, we take our knowledge to market, and we confuse our people along the way. So do be crystal clear on your offering. What are you doing? What problem is it going to solve? What pain point is it going to fix? And making sure that you have addressed that for your people along the way so that they're engaged with the content from the very, very start. And they know that if they buy your book or they buy your ebook or they buy your course or they attend your workshop, by the end of it, what are they going to learn? So if they're finished reading that ebook, what are they going to get out of it? If they're finished taking that course, what are they going to get out of it? If they join, and I didn't mention this before, but if they join your membership, what are they getting? Are they getting regular sessions? Are they getting closer access to you along the way? And the next thing we need to know is where our audience is looking for you. Now, this is where Answer the Public is great because it brings up a whole list of questions as well, where people are asking questions on question and answer sites. but know where they're looking for you. Are they looking for you on YouTube? Are they looking for you on LinkedIn? Is there podcasts that maybe are being run in your industry that are indicating where your people are? And once we know where they're looking for us, that's where we need to hang out. Okay, so if if they're listening to particular types of podcasts, let's see if we can become a guest on their podcast. If we are, they're answering questions on question and answer sites like Quora or Reddit, then jump in there and start sharing that knowledge and that expertise with people inside that space as well. And making sure that you can really connect with them in those channels is very, very important. So knowing where your audience is working for you. Now, make sure that when you get off a session today that you are going through and going, well, where does my audience look for me? Where are they putting things into search? Have a look at your Google Analytics and see where they're finding you from. So what social channels, where do I need to put the focus once I start to educate this area and where they're looking for you? Okay, and also what does the point of difference that you bring to teaching, whatever you're going to teach, what's the point of difference that you bring that you can monetize? So is it an easy explanation? Is it the opportunity that you can, get them there within 3 minutes and rather than at 3 hours? Whatever the point of difference is that you're bringing to them in that course is what you monetize. Now, some of your point of difference will be your energy, your face, how you present things, how you explain things. And don't think just because someone else is out teaching or have got an ebook or got something out there on the course, etc., that you want to create, that there's no room for you to monetize that anymore. Because the people who are looking to engage and work with you are looking for you. They are not looking for John, who's got 20 million followers. They might be looking for you, who is encouraging and engaging and supportive in the way that you explain things. I can tell you, in running at the BBB group for many, many years, there are many marketers in there, and there are many course creation teaching experts and all of those sorts of things inside that group. There are many business coaches, and Clive and I allow we encourage them to come in and converse with our members, because we know as business owners, our audience will connect with us and there'll be a remaining audience that doesn't. And they need to find the service provider and do the due diligence that is right for them while we continue to focus and work with the right people. And the same applies to you when you're monetizing your knowledge inside this space. How can you solve the problem of the people who are going to be searching? So we know where our audience is hanging out. How can we solve their problem? So once again, answer the public's a really good way of being able to do this. But, if they're typing how to do this or how to do that, that's an easy answer. But if they're asking why or what is this or those sorts of things, how can we explain that? Do we need to write an ebook? Do we need to write a blog post? How can we solve the problem? And what is the best way to solve their problem? So as we talk about monetizing knowledge, there's obviously, as I said, there's courses, there's workshops, there's all opportunities from be there. But if someone's got a problem like marketing their business, for example, you might create some general marketing courses. Then the next level inside that space might be like my marketing circle. And I'm using myself as an example today because it's very easy to do that. But it might be the opportunity to be the marketing circle being the next level. So when you look at how can you solve their problem, look at the different ways that you can solve their problem. Can I write them an ebook? Can I obviously create some free content that gets them to know who they are? Can I then offer them maybe an introductory course, a little course from there, and the membership, and then start to look where each one of these monetization things that you've got fits within your tree, fits within the business and the marketing tree that you're about to put together for your monetizing of your knowledge. Because by doing that, you've got a really clear opportunity about how's it going to work. So if you can solve their problem by writing an ebook, by putting a course together, by running a webinar, then you can tap into the mix of three. And then you can also engage with the learning styles. And that's very important because people are going to receive information and take it in different formats and different ways. Okay, the next thing we need to do then is create a content bank from what you already have. Now, I've spoken that you most probably have blog posts, you have information out there. Create a content bank. I want you to go through the presentations that you've already written, the opportunities where you've guest spoken before, the blog posts that are ranking really well for you. If you've attended, have got videos on YouTube, then the ones that are doing really, really well, because that's where we're going to start to create that content bank of the stuff we know our people are already engaging with to start to create a course. You'll be surprised if when you start to put your course or whatever content you're together, the amount of content you've already got out there. Now you can start to finesse it and work with it and put it into an easy guidable format. Just because you've got the content out there somewhere else doesn't mean that it's not valuable in your course, because the whole thing about a course or an ebook is that the guide through the process for your people. So you might have an ebook, and then the ebook might even become part of the course. And the ebook might have been created from the blog posts or the videos that you've got out there. And it's all about getting that content bank together of what you already have and starting to place it into a puzzle of how you can start to move that content into some monetization strategies. And then we need to create, okay? We need to look at creating things like our ebooks. We need to look at delving into the next pieces of content as we go through. So we need to start creating it. So that is using tools like Designer or Canva to start working on the ebooks, maybe dipping our toe in the water for those of you who've maybe never done any of this before, by starting to maybe set up a live webinar and training a webinar, because I do love them because people give you so much amazing feedback when you're running a live webinar or a live session along the way. And then we delve into the final stages where we've got to start to market it. And that's a big thing. We're going to create the content and then we've got to start to market it. So we're about to wrap up today's session. It was a short session to help you learn how to monetize your knowledge and your expertise. What I'm going to suggest you do now is download the Monetize Your Knowledge worksheet and also our educational marketing toolkit, which I don't know if I have the link for right here, but I'll grab it and make sure that you grab it from there. And then let's have a look at the toolkit. Let's see if I can grab that one toolkit. And then it's all about starting to put a plan into it. Now, monetizing your knowledge is not an overnight solution. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of work along the way to help you being able to put that know-how together in a format that people are going to look at it. So delving into the educational marketing toolkit, delving into the monetizing your knowledge worksheet will really help you understand what you need to do to offer this to your market next. Okay, I'll get you a little bit of clarity along the way. But when you create, and inside the marketing planner, we've just put these workflows in, but I'll just explain to you now. When we create a product or we create something, the creation of the product or the idea is part of it. Then we've got the marketing process. And so then we need to be making sure that we share it on social media, that we let people know that it's out there, that we've got our ebooks and we've got all of our content. And that marketing needs to continue on a regular basis. Because if we don't market the content that we've created, we can't expect to sell it. And I've seen so many course creators over COVID go, I need to transfer my business online. I need to be teaching online. And they put so much work into creating the course that they're almost energy drained and dead, and they forget the marketing component of it. So whatever we create, it's going to be 40% of the work. 60% of the work is going to be sharing that message and marketing it. And when you get sick of it, you will do it again and again and again. And it's almost that time that you need to ramp it up. So as of today, we're done. If you would like to know more about how to do this, you can definitely check out my website and join me in the marketing circle or the course creator circle, or take some of the free content that we've got out there. I do strongly suggest that you jump into our small business skill summit as well, and you learn from those amazing 30 experts that we have available to you over the next 30 days. I want to thank you all for joining me today. It has been amazing to be here sharing some tips on how you can monetize your knowledge and your expertise. If you've got any questions, leave them for me in the comments and I will happily come back and answer them. And once again, thank you for investing 20 minutes of your time today to understand how you can monetize your knowledge and your expertise with me. I will see you again next time. Bye.